Hello, welcome to our show Wireless News. I'm Roberta Prescott and I am CTIA in Las Vegas. I'm here with Brian Jurutka. He's from comScore. Brian, let's start about talking how big data has reached carriers and what's the impact of big data for carriers.
Yeah, I think the biggest impact for carriers from a big data perspective is that they're driving incremental revenue. Particularly from an internal perspective as well as an external perspective. So they're helping essentially solve customer problems by looking at large sets of data. You know, essentially it's a gold mine of information that they've previously had available to them, but they haven't necessarily had the resources available to mine through that and come up with kind of the business case to say, hey, here's how we can impact the customer behavior, and here's how we can impact or generate incremental revenue as a result of these data sets.
And a big question of this is how telecom operators can turn all this data into mobile subscribers' insights and how they can manage all this. What's your recommendation?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that we're really seeing from carriers right now is that they're kind of data rich but insight poor. And so they have all this information available, but it's somewhat challenging to go ahead and put that information to merge it all together and to put it together in a format that can be used to generate those insights and generate those incremental revenue streams. And I think it's really a key area where comScore comes into play, which is we have the experience and the knowledge to merge together disparate data streams, to apply a lot of the business rules and analytics to help make sense out of this torrent, this tidal wave of data, and to really say, here are the pieces that are going to help drive your business forward, to help make your customers' experience better, and to help generate those incremental revenue streams.
And what's comScore is presenting at CTIA this year?
Yeah, so comScore is going to be presenting essentially a discussion on telecom analytics. And so it's really to help carriers understand how do you get from having all these data to driving action that drives incremental revenue and all the steps in between. So it's about identifying the business case for each of those reasons, collecting the data, preparing that data, analyzing it, developing predictive algorithms if necessary, and then of course acting on that information so that you can generate the ROI that's necessary for these types of things.
And my last question is regarding what stage telecom operators are today regarding how they use big data to provide these insights. Is it right to say that they are just in the beginning stage? How are they addressing all of that?
So I think, of course, it's going to vary with each of the carriers. However, in general, I would say that we are in the beginning phases of, and it's really the strong growth phase of making sense out of big data and figuring out what to do with it. Matter of fact, a lot of carriers right now, their big question is, help me understand the business case for big data. What can I do with these data sets, and what data sets do I need to pull together? And that's where someone like comScore again comes in, because we have the experience of pulling the information together, working with carriers, and helping carriers really understand the value that's hidden within those large data sets.
Thank you a lot.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Follow us at rclwireless.com.